Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are in Virtual Racing Association Grand Touring Club Cup action with round 2 from Silverstone. In the booth with me tonight, I have Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Evening, Clyde. Evening, everyone.
And our special analyzer, Marco Namela. Good evening.
Good evening.
And doing the cameras and all the magic in the background is Sam Boozing. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
So, good evening to everybody on the chat so far. Pete, so we had a fantastic round 1 at Daytona. I've been itching for this, not in a sexual disease way, for the last 2 weeks. What are we expecting tonight? We've got another big grid, obviously not full, but looks like all the right people are here, apart from Seb Hawkins, who I believe is very hungover or something along them lines. So yeah, what do you think we're going to get tonight, Pete?
Well, I think I know everybody was saying that for a GT3 race it was actually very clean last time. They're going to need to clean it up a bit more because Silverstone's got lots and lots of turns where if you get together you're going to cause a big pile-up. So I think there'll be some dramas. There'll be some upset drivers without a doubt. They're all very competitive. We found out that last time. We've got 40 odd cars that have turned up, so it's not a small grid by any means. It's a big track, so they can spread out a bit, and they should do. It's not a quick race. It's not a sprint. It's going to be very, very competitive. Jezza McClintock, who I've just dubbed him a new name now, is currently fastest of the pack at the moment, but that could all change very, very quickly.
Yeah, it certainly can. And like you say, it's not a sprint race. It is a 90-minute race with an enforced pit stop because of the fuel limitation. So, Bill, you know, we see, as Pete has renamed him, Jezza McClintock, top of the AM pile last time. Can he get up there again? Because he was certainly giving it to some of the pro drivers.
Well, he obviously proved at Daytona that he has the capability to do it. I don't think he won his division on luck, for example, but Silverstone is definitely a different type of course than Daytona. Like Pete said, there's a lot of variations and combinations of different kinds of corners, a few straightaways, but it's you can get in a lot of trouble. Like Pete said, when you have a group of cars, we could have a lot of chaos, hurt feelings, and tears. So it's really going to be an interesting race. I'm sure it's going to be competitive. And as far as you don't win it on the first lap stuff. Most of these guys, I swear, they seem to do qualifying laps every lap. So I don't know. Everybody's different, I guess, but we'll just have to see what happens. Silverstone, I'm kind of a traditionalist. I like the original course. Part of it still exists, but there's some different twists added, which can make it definitely interesting. So looking forward to this race.
And Marco, I don't know whether you've done any running or anything like that round here to work out what these guys' tactics might be, but what are your initial thoughts on the tactics?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The pit window is gonna be pretty wide. I have no idea of they changed the tires a little bit, so I don't know if the pace changed or do they need to change tires on the pit stops. I think it's a 2-stop race, and I think like all the traffic and overall battling will be a lot more time consuming than in Daytona.
Yeah, and then obviously throw in the fact that we may or may not get a random safety car, and that could really jumble up the tactics. So we are currently 5.5 minutes into our 30-minute qualifying session. and we've got a new member of the team. Now, some say he will only trim his stash with the front teeth of virgin beavers, and others say that he once did an Indy 500 and had to stop for a poo halfway through and still managed to finish last. All we know is he's asked for his own intro video, so here he is. It's the Stash.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pete Bingham, and I'm here to do you a lap guide for Silverstone. We're on the new version of the circuit, so it's been fully ruined by Mr. Tilke, in the opinions of most, but it's still a great track. We're not going to be driving with me at the wheel today. I can hear the disappointment from all the people out there who wanted to see me do another lap, but it's just not possible. We've found someone far more capable than me. We don't know his true identity, as you'd probably expect from the introduction Clive just gave, but this is a video by The Stash. On media day I did the lap. It was interesting, to say the least. It wasn't particularly fast. This will be probably a decent lap, and I know that you're going to be wanting me to do the next one, but I'm afraid the Stash is here to stay. It's a giant boo from me. I didn't get paid for the first one, and it's not like I'm going to get paid for any of the next ones. As you can see, the weather is entirely unrealistic because there's blue sky showing. I don't know what the track temperature is on this one because I wasn't here for the lap. We are starting at, well, just outside Vale, which is a corner on the track for those of you that don't know, and we're going to approach Club Corner very shortly. The Stash has had his half a litre of additive, so he's appropriately non-environmental in his approach to racing and his diet as well, and he's ready to go, so let's start the lap with him. So we will make our way forward and get up the gears, ready for the racing lap, and we are in fourth very shortly. Oh dear, is that Sherribout in, or are you trying to warm the tyres there, Stash? Nobody's really sure. So we are into Abbey and out of Abbey, and heading towards Farm Corner. We need to scrub all the speed off here in order to do Village, which is this corner, in second. I hate this next corner. awful corner in first. This is what they call the loop. And then we get on the power. Let's see if Stash can keep his foot in. He has done. That was Aintree. We're now on Wellington Straight. On the right here you'll see the Brooklands Hospitality Suite, and you want to be stopping at the 100 mark onto the 75 from Stash. Get down to third gear and down into second, ready for Luffield. We did Brooklands a minute ago. Keep it on the rumble strip here, keep it tight, get on the gas as early as you can, up through the gears. We're going to be going through Woodcote. On this version of the track you can take lots of that bank. Keep going. Oh no, we're not stopping. No, you've not won, keep going. There we go, Stash. So we're into Cops and run it out wide here to keep the speed going. And we've got Maggots coming up. This will be a 5th gear corner, but we'll have to drop down to 4th in the second phase of it. This is Beckett's. We get round here and we want to scrub off speed again to get down to 3rd. And this is important because now we've got Chapel, which is the one we're on, and we're heading now down Hanger Straight. We need to gain as much speed as possible. I'm surprised he didn't even pit at the old pit entry. I've never done that. And we are piling into Stowe now. We need to get down to 3rd gear, hug this inside. It lasts forever, this turn. Easy to spin out and run wide. You pick up X's here. Ignore pit lane again. Why would he want to pit? Get on the brake at 100 mark and scrub down to 2nd gear. That was Vale. And this is back to club. That's the end of this lap, believe it or not, because around this corner here is the start-finish line. It's right there. You don't get much extra track to play with. Oh, where's he gone now? And that's not the right way. That's the old track, Stash. Right, you'll have to turn that car around. So yeah, arguably a better lap than mine was when we were at the last track that we did a track guide for. Oh, he's not happy. Oh, he smashed his car into the barrier. Well, that just about ends it, seeing as he's wrecked his car in anger there. We'll see you next time for the next track introduction.
And welcome back live, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the Stash and his lap guide of Silverstone. So, guys, let's look at qualifying. We are 13 and a half minutes in. Currently, Tice Simons, aka Bob, is on provisional pole in the pro class. Benjamin Tustin has just put his car into 2nd place, and Martin Versluwen is in provisional 3rd. Jeremiah McClintock, Jezza, is currently on the AM pole with Carl Hardy 2nd, and Adam Right is currently in provisional 3rd. So what have we got? We've had 37 cars set a time so far. So be interesting to see if some of these guys are going to either start at the back, Pete, or start in the pit lane, and perhaps they're thinking there's going to be some carnage.
It's always an option, isn't it? In a GT3 GTE race, me and Gary were in polar opposite races in GTE recently, but the principle's the same, isn't it? Mine was an absolute cluster, and Gary was in 2 splits above me and had a reasonable race, you would say. He finished very well. And I don't see this being any different. These are very competitive people that race the GT, and this is a very, very popular car. We've got 2 McLarens in, one in each of the 2 classes. Have you seen that?
Flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrowers are everywhere.
Yeah, one of them, sorry Pete,
yeah, go for
one of them, just to let everybody know, was Rob Blackmore, who has taken a 200-point penalty to change cars from the BMW.
Okay. And Luka Lechevich is driving the one in the AM class, which means we've got some more cars to talk about as we go around our 90 minutes. I don't think we'll get much time for talking about cars, to be honest. I think we'll be watching the herd of wasps interfering with one another on the track. because it's going to be very, very busy going around here. But yeah, it's going to be very, very competitive into the first few turns. You do get a bit of room around you in turn 1 and turn 2, so Abbey and Farm. But then when you hit Village, I think we're going to see some. Well, we're going to certainly hear some swearing if you're on the box, but it'll be a bit tasty.
The drivers just need to be sensible, don't they? It's like we keep saying, it's a 90-minute race, and the idea, probably in the first few laps, is just to stay out of trouble, gauge your pace. I think that's Carl Hardy there destroying the front end of his car. I just see.
That's a surprise.
I gotta believe it's wishful thinking that on the first lap, the green flag lap, that when you go into, Pete mentioned it, Village and the Loop and Aintree possibly, that we're not going to have some coming togethers, really. I mean, you got 40 cars funneling into that spot, 40 plus cars. It's going to happen. There's going to be some fender bending, but hopefully clear heads will prevail and we'll have as little as possible. And
just as usual, for the people on the chat and people that are watching this back, if you're unsure, our pro drivers have got a cyan windscreen banner and cyan number blocks, and our AM drivers have got yellow windscreen banners and yellow number blocks, so they should be fairly easy to spot. Now, unfortunately, Sam, there's been a bit of an update, and Sam hasn't been able to sort the standings. So we've only had one race, so I'll just run through the top 5 in each category. So we've got Carl Moore with 296 points, a leading pro. Ty Simon second with 289, Ben Tusting third, 278, Seb Hawkins, who's not with us tonight, fourth with 261, and very own AAA Abdul Al Amri in fifth with 249.
Can we do it, AM?
Yeah, go on, Pete.
Gives you a break, doesn't it? I have. For once, I was slightly prepared. So, Jezza McClintock.
Get out of here.
Honestly, it's a vicious rumour. I resemble that comment. In the AM class, we've got Jezza McClintock leading the pile with 247 points. Adam Wright, wherever he is on the track, is second with 227 points. Carl Hardy finished third last time out with 214 points. Dave Heavey finished in fourth with 200 points. And Kevin De Winter with 188 points.
Winter is coming. So into the team standings, and don't forget it is teams of 2 drivers. So top of the pile is Paceworks Esports with 585 points. At the moment they have a commanding lead over Results Spyro, who are on 384. Results Headwear are on 377. Best team in the league, BSTV Esports, are fourth with 357, and Ascari Autosport round out the top 5 with 300 points. So that's where we are at the moment.
For those of you that aren't artists, cyan is the opposite, the color that's not yellow, just in case you don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
And those colours are also on the wing end plates at the rear of all the cars.
We could have a full retro round, and broadcast in black and white.
That would be good, wouldn't it? I'd quite like that.
That'd
or
be
sepia, give it some style at least.
And broadcasting is done with text, no voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a radio one. You can just describe it all.
Couldn't we have like a track map with some blocks going around it or something?
Yeah.
Right, so where are we in this qualifying session?
We're about 2/3 of the way through.
Tice and Ben are still up there, but Craig Cameron has just popped himself into 3rd place in the pro class. AM class is still the same. Jezza, then Carl Hardy, and then Adam Wright.
Now, Craig Cameron wasn't with us at Daytona, was he?
I don't know.
I don't remember him being there, but maybe he was. I don't
Too
know.
many drivers.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was.
Was he? I'm sorry. Okay.
He finished 8th in the pro standings.
Well done.
Because that's denoted by. Hang on. Oh no, that's our Oliver. Never mind.
He was
Make it up
missing.
as
He
goes
was.
along.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
He was missing from one of the things we did recently. That's probably it.
Yeah, I think he was missing from GT4.
Oh, okay.
GTR.
All right. Good thing you have a lot of degrees so you can remember that kind of stuff.
Yeah, doesn't help at all.
So
I'll
we
get
are
working
missing
on
our very own Daniele Giudici tonight. He's took a break from work and buggered off to Italy. So I hope he's watching. If you are, give us a shout.
Yeah, buongiorno.
Not many people out on track at the moment. We've got Mikey Key here trying to improve his time. He's gone green on a couple of sectors.
I've just seen Adam Watson has popped it into second place in pro.
Yeah, that was a few minutes ago actually. And then yeah, because Ben Tusting is still out there trying to turn laps and beat that time. He's not setting the timing screen alight at the moment, but AAA has done some good individual sectors on the lap he's on at the moment, as has Marcus Bletz. But I heard him on the radio having a pop at somebody who rejoined in a way that he didn't feel was entirely acceptable. And then Jarrett Lee's out there doing personal bests. Ben Cullen is also doing some good work out there in AM class. We're currently watching Anthony Jacobson, who is doing some good times on the screen at the moment. I'm not sure whether he's actually improved his position, but he definitely improved his time.
Yeah, some very, very close times, isn't there?
Yeah, you do tend to get that when you've got such a big field.
Yeah, even if you just look at the top 8, so they're all done a 159, and then it goes 0.52, 0.65, 0.78, 0.81, 0.82, 0.89, 0.9, 0.91. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's very close.
If the top 20 drivers are covered by 1 second.
And what I do like is in the first 4 cars are 4 manufacturers: BMW, Audi, Ferrari, Mercedes.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Obviously, since the last round, we've had a new build on iRacing. The drivers were locked into the cars that they drove on in round 1. And if they wanted to change, they had to take the 200-point penalty, which one driver did. So where we see last time the BMWs looked like they were head and shoulders above the rest, looks like this build has give us a bit of a shake-up.
It does look that way. It's a BMW heavy field, really, isn't it? There's more of them than there is of anything else. I don't know why that should be.
I think it was purely because the BMW was the best car in the previous build, so everybody jumped on the BMW.
And now they've ironed it out, I suppose, yeah. One thing I have noticed is there's 24 people watching and only 6 thumbs up, so my maths is reasonable, and I'd say that's 3/4 of you need to get your act together.
You've got this thing about thumbs up, haven't you?
Yeah. I like to be appreciated. I'm a needy person.
Yeah. Was it anything to do with the last time you went to the doctors?
Oh, I didn't share that with you.
No. Oh, we got a thumbs down now as well. See, it's all your fault.
Jesus. Oh, dear.
So, Clyde, do you think Pete has changed since he went to his gynecologist, or what?
Well, yeah, I think I don't
Or-
know.
Or his proctologist. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
it's more that, and it's the rectal exam that gets me.
Get that telephone pole the hell out of there. Clay, do you have any idea what's in that amazing building at this new start finish line off to the right there? It's a huge place. Looks like almost like a museum or something.
It's a roller coaster that goes up, then down, then up, then down, and then up again.
According to the roof line, huh?
Yeah, follows the roof line. Yeah.
I have no idea what is in there, if I'm honest.
I don't think any of us either own enough money or earn enough money to find out.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know last time I went to Silverstone, which was last year for the British GT, I went with David Black, the owner of Race Tech. We did get into some places that we probably shouldn't have done, but we was all kitted up in Race Tech gear, and you just smile at people and carry on.
The only time I've been there, because it's such an expensive venue to go to F1 for a start, was a track day that I did, and I did some good work for a company, and they sent me to the qualifying day at Silverstone F1, and I was in the Brooklyn suite. It was the first and only time in my life I tested and then subsequently spat out caviar.
Yeah, I always used to like the view from Luffield.
Oh yeah.
When I go there to view.
At least you get to see them for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you blink, they're gone around Silverstone. They are travelling that fast generally. It's a proper speed circuit, isn't it?
It is. It certainly is. We didn't have any special passes or anything, but we ended up blagging our way into the pit lane and counting the Race Tech seats in the cars and things like that. So it was good day. But obviously not been able to get there this year. Well, not really been able to get anywhere.
No.
The only racetrack I've been to this year is probably Daytona.
I'm guessing you're not managing to get there in February next year.
No, we've sort of given up on it for next year, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not worth the hassle.
Are they allowing people into the NASCAR to watch or not?
Not yet that I'm aware of.
Certain tracks have had limited crowds.
Right.
And of course,
Some
another
team
thing
driving here, by the way, guys.
Oh, sorry, I was just watching AAA.
Right.
Got so much speed out of a corner, and there was a Frank T-Bosch right in his line.
Oh yeah.
Who was that? Oh, Kip Stevens at a little side slam.
Now, isn't that his third different brand of car this year so far? I've seen him in a Ferrari. I've seen him in.
I think he was in a different car for Media Day, but I think he was in a BMW last time out as well.
Oh, was he?
No,
Okay.
I think he was in a Ferrari. I think that's going to be a big penalty for Kip.
Oh, right, okay. I stand corrected, Bill, sorry.
He initially signed up in the BMW and then switched to the Ferrari, as did Steve Richardson, who I don't think is with us today.
No, he's not on track. Yeah, that's definitely a name I've not seen.
I'll tell you, a really nice looking car in our group tonight is Adam Wright's car. It's a good looking unit.
Yeah, I like the Audi. I hate Audis on the road and Audi drivers. Apologies if you drive. Well, no, I'm not apologising. But that is a really tremendous looking sports car, in my opinion. It looks angry, doesn't it? It looks like it's going to eat the back of the car in front.
Yeah, really.
Okay, checkers are out, guys. Just out of interest, Pete, what do you hate more, Audi drivers or cyclists?
See, Gary Craig's a cyclist, so I could really wind him up by saying cyclist. I like riding my bike, but I ride my bike, in a civilized manner, not all over the road, and not in the middle of the road just because I can.
And please don't tell me you wear Lycra.
only on the weekends. Do you want me to tell you when, so you can be on that same bit of road? Yeah,
Oh
traveling
my
slowly
God.
behind me. Yeah.
Oh God.
No, it's still got to be Audi drivers.
Fair enough.
No, the problem you have with cyclists over there, that's something you don't experience in the States at all. You don't have that. I mean, the
That's 'cause you
cyclists on
have
our
guns,
highway.
that's why.
No, they get run over by cars and trucks and stuff. They don't.
Do you think it's because in America you don't really get to go cycling to the shops because the shops are like several bazillion miles apart?
Yeah,
It's a big
exactly.
country, innit?
That's exactly right. I mean, you live out in the, like you go to California, for example, you live out in the suburbs, you could be 100 miles away from your job.
Is that
that's a
replay
long
of?
ways to commute.
Is that a
that's
replay
unreal.
of AAA getting angry just then?
I think he got an 1x at the end of the lap, and it was probably a good lap. It's pretty angry.
That was funny though. I like these cameras more. Oh dear, that was funny.
He's still waving his arms. Jeez.
He is, yeah. He's we're just watching Chris Shaw, I think, is the last person on a lap, and he's just finished it. So that's the end of qualifying. And no, I'm not going to start going through the field, Clyde. So
one thing about Chris Shaw, you can always recognize his car. I like that. It looks the same in every series.
Yeah, it's very stylish.
Okay, so don't forget, folks, it is a rolling start. Sam will be getting the starting grid up for us very shortly.
No kidding.
Okay, so here we go. Your top 12 are Tice Simons going off from pole, Adam Watson second, Ben Tusting third, Craig Cameron fourth, Martin Versluven in fifth, Jezza McClintock in sixth, Eddie May in seventh, AAA in eighth, Chris Shaw ninth, Jacob Lebrun in 10th, Marco Luert in 11th, and Carl Hardy in 12th.
13th is Marcus Bletz. Nicholas Pacheco will go off 14th. Adam Wright in 15th and James Underhill in 16th. 17th will be Jamie Wilson. Stefan Goebel will be 18th. David Heavey in 19th. PVG, Pete Van Gool, in 20th. Jarrett Lee in 21st. And Ben Cullen in 22nd.
Yeah, you don't want to say Kip Stevens in 23rd, and Paul Robinson in 24th. No.
Well done, Sam.
Yeah.
Shall I carry on?
Yeah, next page now.
Bill, do you want me to do some?
Okay, if you want. Larry Dorange 25th, Kevin De Winter 26th, Martin Sampson 27th, Robert Schoenlieber, Ryan Oliver, Anthony Jacobson, David Harris, Barry Van, Mikey Key, Frank Tabush, Sammy Bythorpe, Roger Morton.
And then rounding out your grid is John Redwine in 37th, then Andy Maxwell, Charles Kellyman, Simon Chester, Roy Viverke, Alan Toon, Rob Blackmore, Luca Legovic, and Ralph Cullinan in 45th. So, lights are coming on. Ready for the rolling start. We will have a picture-in-picture for you, so you can see what is going on at the back of the grid.
everybody will be trying to warm their brakes up more than warm their tyres up, I would expect. You can get them up to temperature before the start-finish line.
You know, man, I'll tell you, we don't have a full complement, but that's a lot of cars out there. I can tell you.
It is, and they're gone.
They're gone. They're gone.
Watching Jezza McClintock at the moment. He's your lead AM. Oh no, we're on Abdul Al-Amri now, AAA.
And he's swerving all over the place.
Yeah, he's certainly putting down some rubber already. Round the outside at the loop. Has he made that work or not? Generally, that doesn't work because the inside works better. There you go. He's had to give that up.
Yeah, good cut off. Yeah.
Jacob LeBrun, who's in the other class, in the AM class. That looked like a very stylish car going round the outside into the, well, inside now. Adam Wright.
Yeah, a couple cars back from him is Jamie Wilson, our hard charger. Runs for Chimera.
Back at the front, Tice Simons has lost the lead. His own teammate Adam Watson is in front of him.
Nobody's saying that, but that was a really clean start.
It really was. You're right, Marco.
We try not to say it because that's when things go wrong.
Like that. That's right, time stopped for a short time.
Yeah, something.
And we teleport forward to Stowe Corner. So the order at the moment, just in case you missed all of that, was Adam Watson is now leading. Bob is in second. I always want to say that like, I can't remember. Benjamin Tusting is third. Craig Cameron is fourth. We're watching him at the moment in his Mercedes. Martin Verschluven in fifth at the moment, and Jeremiah McClintock in sixth. Abdul Al-Amri AAA is in seventh. Jacob LeBrun is in eighth. Chris Shaw is in ninth, and Carl Hardy rounds out the top 10. It's very busy around this little area of track. But yes, it was a remarkably clean start. Everybody's checking up just there though. I think that started with Stefan, I think that is. His own teammates just put a move on him there.
Yeah, so
Paul Robson.
Teammates there, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very, very close.
It was. You would think that they'd be talking to one another, surely. Or are they just letting each other race it out?
They might be talking to each other, but it's not too friendly right at the moment.
Yeah. Short words, most end.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Ooh, that was very off track from Ben Cullen.
Whoa, yeah. He hung on to it. He was lucky.
It was a good save though, because
it was.
The grass around these tracks on iRacing is unforgiving at best.
Kevin DeWinter seems to be moving up pretty well there.
Yeah, he took that opportunity, didn't he, to
yes,
to
he
get
did.
past Ben Cullen. But that's something we've seen with Kevin. He doesn't need asking twice.
No, definitely not. Is that Chris Shaw trying to do a number on Mr. LeBrun?
I believe it is, yeah.
Jamie Wilson going defensive.
And we got the pie man, Carl Hardy, right behind them.
No, it's not Jamie Wilson, is it? It's Benjamin.
That's Ben.
Ben Tusting.
Yeah, it's his teammate. Sorry, I'm getting two identical cars mixed up.
Absolutely.
Carl Hardy doing a reasonable job. He's third in class at the moment. Second in class.
Real well.
Yeah, second in class is Jacob LeBrun, 2 cars in front.
Yeah, Carl told me he's had a few good practice sessions this week. So
Ooh, that was a strange way to get back onto the course at Club Corner.
That was one of the Dutchies cars. I'm not sure who that was.
It was Mr. Engelhoven.
Oh, okay.
Englandhoven. I'll get the name right eventually, don't worry about it.
Oh, we got popped in
he got
behind
pumped
then,
from behind, yeah.
Yeah, who was that?
Whoever it is that destroyed the front end of their car.
Yeah, they did.
Like they need a bonnet.
One of the results cars, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the orange wheeled result car.
David Ayres.
I thought David had white wheels.
All right. That's PVG going a bit wild. Oh, and even more wild.
Whoa! Jeez. Peter Van Gool and sorry.
I think it was Kip
Stevens.
I think there was some netcode in there, but it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 into 1 does not go, does it?
No.
My SDK
Whoa.
keeps having an absolute fit.
Wow. David Ambrose just spun right off the track there. I can't believe it. Didn't look like any. Oh, it's kind of weird. That was on replay.
Oh, somebody going in the wrong direction there.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
I do.
Oh dear.
It was a silver
Adam.
car.
Yeah. Ooh, where's that Mercedes gone? Exit
Whoa.
stage right.
Wow.
How did he save that? That was
How the-
incredible.
yeah, it sure was.
Eddie May, that was.
Like, where's the brakes? Oh,
Behind Eddie May, and I'm going to get this right this time because I just checked, is Jamie Wilson. This is the fight for 14th place at the moment. Sorry, no, 15th place.
So we lost Mikey Key, so I'm assuming that was him with the orange wheels.
Right.
So he possibly hasn't read that he's got a fast repair. And
He's not gone, has he?
yeah, Kip
All right.
I received throughput.
And rejoined, yeah.
looks like
Yeah.
game.
So
like-
maybe that move had something to do with a connection issue. I don't know.
Very probable. Hard to tell though, isn't it? Jamie Wilson keen to get some positions here. He's managed to lose one to James Underhill.
Yeah, James Underhill's giving him fits right now. Uh-oh.
That's Rob Blackmore in the McLaren.
Yeah. Got any fire out of the back of that? Get
Not
your
yet.
marshmallows out, everybody.
Here it
Couple of
comes.
cars
Here it
there. Oh, he just took too much in, hasn't he?
Yep.
Oh, blue on blue there.
PVG.
Yep, wiped him out completely.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot the result guys could do about that. Oh,
No, he's successfully wiped out 2 cars at once, nearly 3.
I've just seen in that shot the result car with the orange wheels. So perhaps that wasn't Mikey Key.
Alright. PVG has disconnected from the session.
Adam Wright is on the pits. I think it's a tiny bit too early, but maybe with some fuel save you can do it with 2 stops.
It's incredible that he's pitted the car this early.
Well, we did see him take that spin, didn't we?
Yeah.
David Heavy's been off as well.
Yep.
It looks like he's on his own. Carrying too much speed again.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's doing it again. It's just
Ooh.
another episode of that from another drive.
Oh, he almost got clobbered too.
He
Yeah.
did, didn't he?
So Jacob Lebrun is still in second place in AM. The next car up the road from him I'm waiting for this because if he gets overtaken, is now Chris Shaw. But the one in front of that is Jeremiah McClintock.
Side by each into Stowe.
Yeah, and he's managed to keep that position. That's good driving, that.
Yeah, Chris did get his nose in front, didn't he? Because it did change on the leaderboard.
But he was on the outside of Stowe, wasn't he? So he was at a disadvantage to make the pass. Nicholas Pacheco closing down.
Mate.
Yep.
And Nicholas had all the bad luck in the world at Daytona.
Yeah. Unlucky.
I can remember him saying he wasn't coming out again, and everybody on the chat talked him round.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cullen chasing, I'm not sure who McCoval's first name is, sorry.
That's Stefan, I think.
Stefan, okay.
Chris Shaw's seems to be lacking in top speed compared to the BMW in front of him.
Yeah.
He gets alongside and then the BMW just grunts itself further ahead. It's
yeah, and interesting. There's two teammates there in two different cars, isn't there? So
there's a bit of that going on, though, isn't there? They're not the only team to like foster that approach. See, he seems to be quicker through the corners, Chris, but then that BMW just pulls away.
Going up toward Beckett's. And,
Ooh, that's... Oh, he's making it. No, he's not.
That's brave, that is. And when that
really
comes
is.
off, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've said it before, what a wonderful complex that is right there.
It's just brilliant. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Nudge there, I think, from Hardy, and then he's gone round.
Yeah, I don't know that he actually made contact, but that is an expensive off in terms of time.
I thought he nudged the car in front, but then the focus went away from him. So it'd be interesting to see that from a little further back.
It
Didn't look like... Sorry, go on, Bill.
If he did hit him, it was netcode because he definitely did not physically look like he hit him in the back. He was very close, but he didn't hit him.
I think he got tyres on the grass.
Replay. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it, Pete. You're right.
Back a bit further than that.
Yeah, it's just before that off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he'd already got on the brakes by then.
Yeah, he got tires, right side tires on the grass. And also with the speed bumps there too.
Roger Morton emulating the same thing. Apparently it's either catching or fashionable. I've not figured out which yet. To do a bit of landscaping at Stowe. I'm pretty sure the grounds people do the job perfectly well themselves, guys.
They'll be glad to accept your pounds to fix that too, by the way.
Yeah. Gary says it's going to be an easy podium for anyone who keeps it clean. We've not had any incidents with the top 7, it has to be said. So Bob is currently 2.2 seconds ahead, so he's not exactly running away with it. Benjamin Tusting is being hassled still by Adam Watson for 2nd place. There's another attempt by Chris to take that position from Jacob. He's not made it work again.
Like you say, it looks like the BMW has just got a little bit extra on it, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit more poke in the straights.
Yeah, I think the Ferrari's more nimble.
Definitely looks that way. So he gets him through all the corners and then bye-bye BMW.
There's going to be a bit of a commentator's curse going on here, but Jacob's not making any mistakes.
No, and Chris has done a good job of piling it through there. That's a great overtake, that.
Yeah, that was weird. That looked a little bit like Jacob had gone, do you know what? I've had enough of this, and you're going to end up punting me off.
I think Jacob stuck to the line that traditionally you go for, and Chris drove it in a lot more shallow and was just better on the brakes. I think it was a great overtake.
That was a wonderful pass.
Jacob's going to get very annoyed if a fleet with those Ascari cars goes past him.
Jacob, you're doing great. Don't lose your cool, man.
And, you know, with a fuel-limited race, we don't know if some of these drivers are just driving to lap times. Well, that looked a bit strange.
What was that?
That looked wheel to wheel.
Not quite side to side. A little bit on an angle. Yeah.
Ooh. And Robert Schoenleber, very, very, very wide. And then wheel-to-wheel contact, is it? Yeah,
this is where I think they banged wheels there.
Ferrari acted funny, didn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, the back end of the Ferrari went out, and Robert was very lucky that it didn't take the back of his car.
For sure. Marco Lewert and Eddie May, is it? Ed May? Edwin May? Better start rehearsing these names. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, we're going all the way around here with Edward May.
You can see that coming. The back just stepped out there.
Certainly did.
So that's he's fighting back.
That's a very good corner there from.
I was just going to say that's the second of the Ascari cars passed, but
but Jacob did a good job.
Jacob got a bit fighty there.
Still going on. They're still sharing the same bit of tarmac. Not quite into Luffield.
Alan 2 getting out of the way. Up 11 places from the start. Here's Alan.
Well shows you that you keep your car clean, you pick up the positions. Now that was Carl Hardy getting run to the edge of the track there. I think that was David Heavey.
Wow.
Marcus Blitz is shouting at somebody.
He certainly is. I don't know which one of the cars around him he's yelling at the minute.
Could have been Alan.
Or his teammate.
Or his teammate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the teammates and James Underhill right behind him. One of the GT Omega cars.
Yeah, he's running well at the moment, James.
Certainly is.
A little bit wide there.
Yeah, he'll be picking up the odd X along the way.
But that Mercedes looks so heavy and meaty compared to the BMW GT3.
Yeah, it's 3 miles wide and 7 miles long, isn't it?
Wow. Sure looks that way.
It's a big unit, that.
So almost 20 minutes into this 90-minute race. Top three in each class is Ty Simons top of the Pro. Ben Tusting second, Adam Watson in third. Into Jezza McClintock leads the way with Jacob Lebrun in second and James Underhill in third.
Yeah, there's been some strange racing standards so far, hasn't there? But there's also been a lot of clean racing.
I think, if I'm honest, you always get the odd bump or two with this amount of cars on track. We haven't seen any like major pile-ups involving multiple cars, which is good. But yeah, you're always going to get it, and if you're on the back end of it or the wrong end of it, shall I say, it's the worst series in the world with the worst driving standards. If you have a near miss, but get a clean race, it's a fantastic series with brilliant driving standards. So it's never ever going to be perfect.
No.
I do wonder sometimes why people disconnect straight away. Do they not read the rules? Do they not know that they've got a oh, that was a funny one. Do they not know that they've got a fast repair? They can get back into the race, and we've seen by the amount of people that do crash, you can still get some good points.
Yeah, there's lots of points on offer, and yeah, that other incident was very odd.
Yeah, even into Dave, by the way. Better late than never.
Yeah, I think we had so clean start that we spread all the banging from lap 1 to lap 11.
It's managing it across the length of the race.
I think what Marco's saying is instead of one big one, we got a bunch of little ones.
Yeah. When would you expect the first pit stops to happen, Marco?
I think it's lap 19, end of lap 19 or 18. Okay. It's basically the pit window is open already, so if you want to do the short one first. I think that opened like 5 to 6 lap, like lap 5 or lap 6.
Okay, so they're looking at a full pit stop and a partial pit stop.
Yeah, 2 fulls and 1 really short one.
Ah, right, okay.
So, is there any advantage on this track, Marco, being the expert of the Nemela effect, to pit in early? It's a high-octane track, isn't it?
I don't know about the tires. The tires are usually that dictates with the undercut, so it looks like it has more wear than in Daytona, so there might be some interest on having a tire change in some point.
Right, okay. That's interesting to know.
Yeah, so at Daytona it was Seb Hawkins, wasn't it, that took tyres?
Yes, it was.
And he said the car was better. We didn't think that we see it in the commentary, but yeah, there are some high-speed corners around Silverstone that do, scrub the tyres.
These ones,
Definitely.
for instance.
Yep, these right here. Cops, another one.
Yeah. Stowe's a bit naughty on tyres as well, going into here.
At least entering that anyway, for sure.
Yeah. And that corner does go on for a long time.
That's a tough corner. You think you're never going to get it. And then just when you think you got it done, the road disappears on the left side, right there. Boom, gone.
So I'm not sure who CH Blank is, but they're saying without some good saving, the front left won't make it to the end.
Maybe they've got a blank checkbook.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
it's
when
looking
they-
like.
Sorry, Marco, go on.
Yeah, it's looking like there is quite a big fall off on the tires. Like now, 13 laps in, the lap times have dropped like 8 tenths, 7 tenths.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be some fuel saving involved too. So we need
Wow.
to see in the future, like if they take the tires.
That was a nice move by Nicholas Pacheco on LeBrun there.
Yeah, this could be our gift for the evening, where we always get two cars that are with each other for the whole race.
Be interesting to see if Nicholas can get off down the road now that Jacob's not in front of him anymore.
Nice to see the VTS guys running the BSTV logos as well. Thank you very much.
Roger Morton.
Where is Roger at the moment? 28.
Sammy Bytup. He's not where he was last time, is he?
I didn't think Sammy did that well last time, if I'm honest.
All right. I'll have to look at the standings and find out. I'll be back. Oh, you're right. He ended up 16th in class. I think this particular exchange is going to go on for a very long time as well. Adam Watson and Benjamin Tusting.
Yeah, that's been like since the drop of the green flag, basically.
Yeah, and Bob isn't getting away either. Look, he's there. These guys are catching him.
The track's not too bad for him. It's 79 degrees Fahrenheit. So warming up, but not anything major.
So there's Nicholas Pacheco. Spinning. Oh, yeah, that was close.
He's going to have to get past 2 VTS.
Oh.
3 VTS.
Wow.
He's lost a lot of places there.
He has, yeah. It's easily done at the loop, though, isn't it? You're carrying speed forward. You want to get on the gas. These guys are fairly inseparable. Although Adam Watson looks like he's come out of chapel with no speed for some reason.
Probably the slowdown.
There's a slowdown.
He's got a slowdown.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the slowdown at chapel is beastly. It's like 3 seconds or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So that's Craig Cameron that's gone past him.
Yep.
David Heavey has just been involved in something.
Ben Cullen fighting with Jamie Wilson here.
Yeah, David Heavey's missing the back of his vehicle, and it looks like it's running sideways, like it's twisted.
Who's that? Sorry, Bill?
David Heavey.
Ah, right. Now, Craig Cameron's flashing his lights in angry fashion.
Yeah.
Adam Watson, who's now back in front of him.
Yeah.
So is there a naughty overtake? Or just something that... There's no panels out of place?
No, it doesn't look like it. Here we go.
David Heavey's entering pit road.
That looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
No, don't understand that at all.
Looked like Adam spooked him.
Well,
yeah, it could have been.
I think if I just check the rules... Hang on. Yep, nothing about spooking people in there.
He may have just been saying good overtake, mate.
Yeah, I suppose lights flashing doesn't always mean angry, does it? But I think on a poll of 999 out of 1,000 would be. So Craig Cameron's still trying to chase down Adam Watson.
And it appears Davey Heavey's used his fast repair. He's back out. Car looks brand new.
Well, that's what it's there for.
Yep.
So leader is on lap 16.
And Bob still has control, huh?
Yeah, James Underhill fighting with Marcus Bletz again. And then... Where are we? Yeah, that BMW does seem to carry a lot of speed, doesn't it?
Yep, they're heading up toward the village, I think.
Yeah, so James and Marcus are not actually in the same race. One's a pro, one's an AM. James's nearest rival behind him is his teammate Ben Cullen, who is behind Marcus Bletz.
Oh, Simon.
Simon Chester.
That's expensive, isn't it?
That's a bit wrecked. How has he done that? Was he trying to pit or?
I don't know, but he's got no bonnet and lots of damage. He's obviously hit something head on very heavily. Here we go. Oh dear. Right, so...
Yeah.
Ow. Yeah. That was...
But...
Was that out of Adelaide, wasn't it? Where's my track map gone? Sorry, Aintree.
Yeah, and that was the old pit lane that he stopped outside, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
AAA on the pits.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Is AAA the first to blink then, do we think?
There's a couple others on the back of the field. But yeah, first on the top 10.
So that's end of lap 16 for AAA.
That's a bit earlier than what you were saying before, Marco. So, is he spreading out his pit stops, do you think?
Yeah, I think he's splitting like the even chunks.
Yeah.
Stints.
Because the other thing they've got to watch out for here, Clyde, is the propensity to have a safety car, is that right?
Yes. Obviously, for the people watching, we don't know whether it's happening or not. That's all controlled by our cameraman, Sam.
Sorry, carry on.
He does a yes-no generator at the start of the race to decide whether we're going to have one or not. And if we are going to have one, he then does a random number generator, which tells him which minute it's going to be thrown. So obviously the drivers have absolutely no idea whether it's coming out or not, and if it is, when it's coming out. And it's very hard, I would guess, to build tactics around an unknown factor like that.
Yeah, but if you're going to play the averages, then at the start, I would suggest balancing everything off and then seeing if it actually happens at all.
I think a good strategy doesn't revolve around like you need to have for this race I would have two tactics and for if there is a safety car or not. So you have a just solid core and change it with the safety car option.
So Craig Cameron is pitted as well. He was right up there in 4th. Martin Versluwen is having a better race than Daytona. I seem to remember him playing bumper cars quite a lot at Daytona.
Yeah, he got beaten up a bit.
I think he beat people up a bit as well.
Right, okay. This is Ben Cullen under some serious pressure here from Nicholas Pacheco. Nicholas got a bit of flashing lights from Jamie a minute ago for... I think Jamie thought his overtake was a bit audacious, but it looked alright to me.
Somebody getting out of the way there.
He certainly squeezed him at the end of Hanger, which is the straight they're coming onto now.
That's an interesting little group you're talking about there, Pete.
Yeah, it's heating up. It's heating up slightly in front at the minute with Marcus Bletz going on the underneath of James.
Finally put that move on, hasn't he?
Ooh, yeah. This is very tight racing. This is excellent.
I'm glad you mentioned Martin Van Schluven. He's currently in 5th position, which is very good.
4th now, but now that who pitted? Craig Cameron.
Oh, okay, I missed that. All right.
I'm guessing that all of
Leaders
these
pitting.
Oh, sorry.
That's right, leaders in.
Top 3 are pitting.
Yeah, all together.
This is going to leave Martin Verschluven to lead the race.
Yeah, this valley will be his for a while.
Ooh, dear. I was wondering where James Underhill was off to.
Yeah, I think that was just, I'm here.
Yeah. And now we're all piling in.
So, who have we got left out? So, Martin Versluwen, Chris Shaw has stayed out. I think Ben Cullen stayed out. Jamie Wilson.
Jarrett Lee has stayed out.
Fire!
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh!
Whoa.
That's
Oh, big long slide.
Yeah,
Oh, dear.
I think the fire coming out of that toasted his rear tyres.
All right, Bob's back out again. So is Ben Tusting.
He's parked it for some reason. Why is that?
Can't get it started.
No more fire left.
Dave's asking for a spotter's guide.
Yeah, if you I don't think we put it on the website.
Thought you did. No?
No, not the one that Chris Shaw did for us.
Ah, right, okay. So our effective present leader is Martin Verschluven, with Chris Shaw in 2nd, Jamie Wilson in 3rd, Jarrett Lee in 4th, who we are with at the moment, Ben Cullen piling in behind him, Kevin De Winter and Carl Hardy. None of those have pitted though, so they will drop down the standings when they do eventually hit the car.
Yeah, I don't know if you just said, but Martin and Chris have just pitted.
No, I didn't say that, but good spot. That will probably draw the rest of them in, most likely.
Jamie Wilson, Jarrett Lee, Ben Cullen all came in. Carl Hart, I think Kevin De Winter has stayed out. Or has he?
Yeah, he's gone round again, yep. King of the fuel savers, maybe. So that puts Bob back in 2nd place, Benjamin Tusting into 3rd, Adam Watson trying to get back on terms with him in 4th, with Craig Cameron right behind him. Whole load of cars in the pits at the minute.
Yeah, the pit bleep was going mental, isn't it? At the moment.
Jarrett Lee under some pressure here. Eddie May that he's tussling with, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty much everyone that's pitted. Have you got a pit against Marco Loert or not?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. Or Kevin De Winter, obviously.
Yeah, and then further back against Jacob LeBrun.
We have everything.
Oh, Greg
pits.
Camarasa is
Pardon?
out or something.
Everything
Greg
has been
Camarasa.
into the pits except Kevin De Winter
Ah, right, okay.
and Kip Stephens. I see, but I don't think he's running in anyway.
Right.
And Kevin's in.
He certainly is. So that'll give Bob back the lead.
Yeah, Craig Cameron just lost 4 places.
He did, didn't he? Yes, he's just dropped back. He was up there with Adam Watson.
Oh, here we go. On his own,
Yeah.
slow, cold tyres, maybe?
Oh, I would have thought so.
Yeah. That's a pain in the arse way of being as well, facing rather.
I think they have still the old tires. Nobody took tires.
Ah,
So,
right.
Yeah. It's just a tricky corner.
Yeah. There's a few of them on this track.
Yeah, a lot of them are very flat. No camber to help you.
So Nicholas Pacheco looking very, very racy behind Ben Cullen. Both of them want Jamie Wilson's position right now.
Knowing Jamie the way we do, he's not going to give it up easily either.
Well, Nicholas was fighting with James Underhill, wasn't he? James Underhill is now a couple of positions in front of him after that pit stop.
that's true, yeah.
It's like Nicholas Pacheco just got by Ben Cullen.
A bit of light flashing going on there. Martin Sampson gets right out of the way and some.
Yep. That's not helped his cause.
Knocked over a cone, spun across the track.
There is 4 drivers with new tires. Kevin De Winter, Stefan Köppel, Robert Schönlieb, and Martin Sampson.
Huh, very interesting. We'll have to see what their progress is like.
Yeah, let's see whether they whether that does benefit them.
It's the front left tyre that gets pounded on this track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, are we going? I thought we were going to attempt to go 3 wide into there then.
Sure look like a few of those were thinking about it there, Pete.
Yeah, this is a tremendous race for these, well, 6 cars really. Oh. And we are under caution.
There is the random safety car.
Oh, goodness.
So, Marco, what does this do to tactics? I don't suppose anybody can go to the end from here if they pit, can they?
There is a chance you can go to the end. It depends how you fuel saved before and Well, actually, now you have everyone has bidded. I think if you fuel save hard enough, you can go to the end, but it's hard.
So is it possible that we're going to see people coming in and topping off then?
Yeah, that might be. That also, like now under safety car, when the pits open, maybe even take tires and just take full advantage of the safety car.
So some of these guys are going to have to drive fairly quick to catch up, aren't they? Because it's not a small track, this, is it?
No, although the front guys, as soon as they catch the safety car, they're going to be obviously limited on speed.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the pack can, within reason, carry on at a normalish pace until they catch up with the train.
And there is the safety car coming out of pit lane now. And that will pick up Tice Simons.
It's obviously telling Bob to let the safety car past. So what should be happening now is drivers will be getting instructions in their car, whether they need to pass cars or let cars pass them. And as long as they follow the instructions, then we will... sorry, I was just listening to a message there. As long as they do as they're instructed, everything should work out fine. We have had some moans, but I'm pretty sure it's because people are not doing as they're asked, because they're not used to having safety cars in road races.
So here we are, all bunching up behind the safety car. Some of these cars will be asked to shuffle back if they're out of position, won't they, Clyde?
They will, yes. I'm just going to see if I can do a race control message.
We've got AAA's inset camera there as he's pacing round. Abdul's got one hand off the wheel in exasperation for somebody.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear if you had anything to say to me, but yeah, there's a little bit of storm where I am, so my table tried to jump off the balcony.
The only question I asked you while you were away was what the answers to all the mysteries in life are, so if you could just catch us up on that one, that'd be great.
Yeah, race hard and have fun.
That's it, sorted. Brilliant. So this is going to get awfully busy, awfully quick, isn't it?
Well, Kevin De Winter is at the back of the train at the moment.
Yeah, let's see if we can recreate a Tuscan Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Oh, these cars entering the pits.
Yeah, that's sort of what we expected.
Yep, there's quite a few of them
Providing
making their way
the lane was open, that is.
I think it's open now, so... they will probably take a quick splash and maybe tires, maybe not.
Yeah, this puts Benjamin Tusting into the lead of the race with Martin Verschluven in second and Craig Cameron in third.
Yeah, I think those guys who pitted on lap 19, they might be able to, lap 19 or later, they might be able to run it full. So it will be interesting how it shapes out.
So the ones that have just pitted, they're going to start really quite far back, aren't they?
They are, but I think they can go to the end.
Right. Trying to find oh, there's Ty Simons.
Yeah, I think they almost all took tires. There's Luka Lekcevic didn't take tires. Chris Shaw, Jamie Wilson, Nicholas Pachenko, who didn't take tires.
Yeah, they've leapt in front of Ty Simons, so you're absolutely right. And that might be critical when we get towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
Lights still on the pace car. That's a car getting moved back by the look of things in the distance there.
Well, in theory, if everybody does as instructed, lap down cars should go to the back.
So, Bill, what's going to happen from here then?
Well, it's going to be a different ball game, that's for sure. Kind of, what should I say, almost a little more than halfway through the race. Hard to say, Pete. I really don't know. I think some of the guys that were up front before will find their way back up front again. Benjamin Tusting's been very tough, and of course, looks like he's leading in number one at the moment when we go green. So
lights are out on the pace car.
Okay, so I guess we're going next time.
Yeah, back to the races in 2/3 of a lap or more.
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen, Pete.
Go on.
We're all doomed.
What was that from?
I can't remember.
Like Super Gran or something daft like that, wasn't it? Oh no, it was Dad's Army, wasn't it?
Don't tell him your name, Pike.
Yeah.
That was a funny program.
It was. Pure comedy genius.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
No.
You know, it's funny, the really good ones don't come that often either.
No, they don't. You're right.
Did you get that over in the States, Bill?
No, but I have heard of that.
Yeah.
It's got very British humour in it, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, your eyes don't deceive you. That is a start-finish line. It's just not the one we're using.
And Pete, I heard you talking about going in the wrong pit road, and in all due respect, I have to tell you that pretty easy to do when you are used to running on the old circuit.
Yeah. If I'd only done it at this track, then that'd be fine.
And another amazing thing is both straightaways kind of look similar too. You know, the start-finish line straightaway, they both look kind of similar when you come onto them.
They do, but as some of the racers I was with pointed out, the pit lane doesn't. It's on a different
No, it doesn't. That's very true.
So Tom Stanley has pointed out on the chat it's going to be interesting, fun to watch a few of the ex-leaders try and come through the pack after taking tyres. They're going to have to show some patience. We've still got over half an hour to go, so they've got plenty of time to do it.
They certainly do.
I can see it ending in tears.
So you think Bob will be cool, or do you think he'll be patient about it? Like,
if I'm honest, he's got the talent to be patient.
Yep.
It's just whether he uses his patience to let his talent shine through.
Gotcha.
That's what we see from the last round. He can
Pace
be
cars
a bit
in.
hot-headed. So field in the hands of Ben Tustin. Let's see when he goes.
Looks like
He's
we're
still
going
holding
already.
him. He's still
Keeping
holding
him.
him.
It's keeping him. He's got to go now.
He's gone. He's gone. Ooh, there's a VTS car with a big wheel on there.
I missed that one.
That was, I don't know who that was. Jacob Lebrun, I think. Oh, there's one gone. Carl
Oh yeah,
Hardy.
Carl Hardy.
And maybe Kip Stevens running.
Yeah, Kip Stevens. Wonder if Carl Hardy thought he was on the old track.
Or saw a pie stand.
Or saw a pie stand.
Fantastic is walking away.
He is, yeah. And this battle behind is going to help him.
Yep. Look at this lot piling through here. Nicholas Pacheco. And who is that in front of him? Is that Jamie Wilson? It is still Jamie Wilson. And a whole pile of cars behind him.
Oh, has he got him this time?
And he's on the wrong side, is he? Yeah. For Maggots, and then Beckett here.
That's Bob coming up behind that group you're talking about too, Pete.
Yes. I think we've got two big bunches of cars at the minute, this being the first of them, from position 2 down to about position 10 or maybe 11. Then there's a little bit of a gap, and then another train of vehicles. There's someone coming slow, really slow out of Chapel, like Glacial. Then they've got a slowdown in the second part of Beckett's.
Glacial, now that's slow.
It's like Clyde's thinking time.
Ah. So that's where the definition came from, huh?
Somebody was very, very wide there.
I know, yeah, they gathered it up though, it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, these two are really going for it now. James Underhill wants it round the outside here. He's still with him. Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, he's in a VPS sandwich, isn't he?
He is, he's just got a little nudge, but that didn't do him any harm because it was like hitting the side of some sort of block of flats, that Mercedes-Benz.
I have to tell you, these...
Whoa, dear!
Wow.
Oh, blimey, who's that? He's about to make... Adam Watson. How has he managed to get away with that? Save of not just this century, that was several centuries worth of saving.
He missed that huge bridge above.
That was a code brown and a half.
Yeah.
So shut the eyes and hang on.
Well, that was a reasonably clean restart, in my opinion. I don't know about you. 2 cars off, but looks like under their own steam.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot going on.
Much more civilised than we saw last time out, as in the last race.
I think at the moment as well, Bobby's showing patience.
Yeah, he's made his way up a few positions. What? Ooh. How is everybody avoiding that car?
They didn't. They didn't.
Roger Morton. Who was that? Jamie Wilson that got taken out.
Jamie Wilson, yeah. But did you see the blue car? Watch the... we might not
I would
see
like
it.
to see that on board with Jamie Wilson from a bit further back. What's that? Oh, that car had a slowdown, and yeah, I want to see this because I think a car gets out of the way, and then all of a sudden there's a BMW.
Yeah.
Not a lot Jamie could do there.
Totally unsighted, wasn't he?
Yep. That's expensive and painful and everything else. He's not far from pit lane, is he?
Well, depends which one you want to go in.
Well, yeah. Oh dear.
Daft.
I think we've lost our decorum.
You need to see that.
That was Ty Simons, I think, involved in that one.
Yeah, he just got popped big time.
Here he is in the village.
A lot of front end damage.
Oh, there's a car just appeared. Ooh, and oh dear.
Yeah, he came from like 10 cars away.
Who? Ty Simons?
Yeah, really late. There's no way that the car in front knew he was coming inside there.
Right, I've not got the other car on my screen, funnily enough. That was a hell of an impact with that Ferrari.
Sure was.
Yeah, should have stayed on the brakes and not move on the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Now, Bob, your chances of getting back up there are reduced considerably now.
I think he's pretty well. I'm pretty sure he's going to have to pit after that. Yeah.
Who's that you're talking about?
Tice.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's now driving a go-kart, isn't he?
Yeah. I feel for Jamie Wilson. That was, yeah. Everything was hunky-dory, and then, like you say, there was a BMW house in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I've had a race like that where the tide of cars in front of you parts, and there's one parks in the middle of the road, and then you don't know whether to zig or zag, and in the end it doesn't make any difference anyway because you're not getting out of the way.
It's not going to respond, exactly.
So yeah, very unfortunate circumstances there, and kind of caused by the car taking the slowdown out of out of Chapel. I don't know whether they were trying to keep wide and slow down, and Roger Morton's followed them thinking he's getting a slipstream, and then the car's checked up, and he's been caught out by it. Sorry, what were you going to say, Marco? Oh, there we go.
That's what I was about to say. Like that's dangerous to go following on the inside of there because usually that's the place where you serve the slowdown.
Right. And AAA's models his rear wing on the Silverstone stand.
Yes,
Excellent.
he's got the Go Faster mod.
Yeah. He's going to need it. He's in 16th at the minute, so he's got quite a few positions to get going and make up.
You got to feel for James Underhill. He's just been surrounded by VTS cars for
Yeah,
the
the
whole
entire
race.
race.
It's like
Yeah.
one gets past him, another one appears.
Really, that's all he's saying.
Let's hope orange and black doesn't give him migraines or something. Wow, that's wide. Craig Cameron, James's teammate, with another one behind him.
Yeah, that's Jezza up there again.
It is. AM class car in third. Overall, makes no difference. Obviously, he's still going to claw all the points for winning his class.
What are we seeing here? Carl Hardy's involved. Oh, I think he's just turned Adam right there.
Carl, do you realize whose car you just hit?
Well,
No
there's lots
pies for
going on
you.
there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, he was boxed in, and like there was no way to him to move past anyone, so he should have just stayed in line.
Yeah, or backed out of it.
Yep.
Is that another slowdown on that Ferrari there? Or is that just a slow moving Ferrari? Hard to tell. James Underhill's still got his mirrors full of these BMWs.
This is James Underhill versus the whole of the VTS team. So we've got just over 22 minutes left.
Yeah, Hangar Straight's a hell of a place to get a slowdown. That's one of your quickest areas on the whole track.
It is, yeah, and the slowdowns coming out of Chapel and Beckett's.
That's what I'm saying. Woo,
They are gigantic.
they're painful.
Still wondering how many of these up the front can make it all the way.
It looks like they are saving hard because their lap times dropped like a second in last couple laps. So top 8 completely is like doing a second slower lap times than what they were doing after the start.
Driscoll is the first, but I speeded twice. He's 9th.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Next one is Adam Watson.
Who's not far behind either.
Yeah, and he took tires.
Yeah, he's 2 cars
Yeah.
behind.
He'll be well heeled with a lot of grip going through Maggots and Beckett's for sure. Bit of weaving to try and break the
Now we come into Stowe and you get to tippy toe all the way around here without sliding off.
Yeah, Craig Cameron's decided it's enough. He needs to pit.
Yeah, Jacob Brunt is in as well.
Yeah, they up far, like 27, 28.
Oh,
That's not the traditional line to take, that is it?
he lost it, he held it, he lost it, he held it. Oh, that's James Underhill round. What's happened there?
Oh. Mind out, boys. Massive BMW in the track. Mercedes, sorry. He's obviously trying to get it into reverse gear and a couple of times.
I think he's done it on his own, hasn't he?
It looked like it was, yeah.
No.
Oh no.
No. He's had some help from BTS.
Who was that behind him?
I don't know. Did he hit
a huge send, that.
Yeah.
He's gone from a light year back. Marcus Blitz.
Never going to work, was it?
No.
Oh yeah, he did get him, yep. From the other side, it was kind of hard to tell, actually.
3 wide here. Or nearly, anyway. Thankfully, they sorted themselves out, ready for maggots.
Well, it's Chris Shaw in there, and we've seen from the GT4 TCR series, he's a very, very sensible driver, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Yeah.
Very calm and calculated. Adam Watson's taken that position from him, though. For now, at any rate.
One less Chris Shaw could do on the outside of Stowe there. It's pretty tough.
Yeah. Triple A's getting a bit fighty behind as well. He's doing some very quick laps.
Stefan Goebel has pitted.
Jeremiah McClintock is in danger of leading the entire race here with the AM Class BMW he's driving.
He's certainly done pretty well so far.
There's Anthony Jacobson going slow there. I don't know whether he was just...
Trying to get out of the way, I think.
Is he?
I think so.
He was up there in the top 10.
No, but I think he may have a slowdown, so he's trying to get out of the way and burn it off. You wouldn't be on that side of the track for no reason, going at that speed.
So we've had it confirmed that AAA did take tyres up with the safety car, filled up with fuel, so he should be good to the end.
That's an extraordinarily wide line. Ben Cullen trying to take advantage of that. Martin Verschluven's slip.
I think the Chris Shaw, AAA and Adam Watson are battling too much. They will not catch the top 3.
Yeah, good move there by AAA.
Yeah, I think you're right, Marco. They're getting in each other's way a little too much, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or are they thinking the top 3 have got a pit?
According to my live timing, they've pitted on lap 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure they will make it to the end. That's quite a gap.
Yeah, that's a long stint, but if... Yeah, maybe with a heavy fuel save, and the safety car took so much time out of the clock, so... Maybe. It's gonna be tight.
For me, the effect of first place is Chris Shaw for now, because he's the first one that has beat twice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not convinced the top 3 can make it. I think they're going to have to save so hard that it's going to drag Shaw, Al-Amri and Watson back to them.
Yeah, I think the top 3 will drop, but I think there is a chance that they can manage till the end.
And that is Jeremiah McClintock vying for the lead of this
He is,
race.
isn't he, now? Yeah.
Say, if he's saving fuel, you could fool me.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening, Bill. And meanwhile, AAA is trying to go around the outside of Chris Shaw. He'll do all right if he stays on that side, though, because he gets the inside line for the next 2 corners.
AAA is looking proper fighty tonight.
Yeah, he's got lots of grip in that BMW, Mercedes. I've done that twice now. It's not a fucking BMW at all.
It's German.
It's still German.
He has new tires. Remember that.
Yeah.
So has Watson.
Watson's about to relegate AAA 1 position here.
Yeah, I think you're right. They just keep swapping positions, don't they?
Yeah.
Nice little move up to the outside just then by Watson.
Yeah, their lap times are not great. Like, I think the top 3 is still saving fuel, but like this battling is just costing way too much time.
Yeah, so PVG on the chat has just said that crew chief said 88 litres refuel, and it's limited to 75, so they were already 13 litres short.
That's a lot of fuel.
Yeah, but the safety car shortens the race by almost 4 laps, and then you can scroll around the 3 laps with basically 1/3 of the fuel use.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marco. I think the fact that Craig Cameron pitted says it all to me that these top 3 can't make it. And interestingly enough, Jezza McClintock has taken the lead.
I was just going to say that. I was waiting for you to finish talking about the other thing.
That was a convincing pass. Wow.
So yeah, Jeremiah McClintock now leads this race over Benjamin Tusting and Marco Loert. That's your top 3 at the moment.
Okay, so what have we got? We got about 12 minutes left. So currently, your pro standings are Ben Tusting, Marco Loert, and Adam Watson, and your AM standings are Jeremiah McClintock, Kevin De Winter, and Ben Cullen.
It's amazing when the chips are down. Kevin De Winter's name comes up, doesn't it? It's amazing.
It does, yeah.
That's a fantastic shot there.
It is, and AAA not able to get one over on his new rubber over Chris Shaw just yet. I'm not sure I see them taking enough time out of the top 3 at the moment.
They're not. It's been the same gap for 3 or 4 laps now.
And these 3 have sorted themselves out into a running order for a bit.
Well, that's what they need to do. They need to just, plug on and, try and get these. Jeremiah's pulled out almost a second on Ben. Marco Lewert has dropped off of those 2. This is Blitz and Pacheco going at it.
Yeah, I think AAA is stuck behind Chris and Watson is pulling away.
Yep. Anthony Jacobson trying to keep out of the way there. Whoa! I think he caught it. Oh, no, he didn't. That's a very bent up looking BMW.
Let's see what happened there. No, that's Stefan Goebel losing it all on his own.
And this is the other incident. Tagged.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. Maybe he's a bit slower. That's possible, Sam. So he's wide.
Kind of comes across the racing line, doesn't he? As opposed to staying wide.
That was a difficult one for me.
I think he had a wiggle and I think his front tires were gone and he was trying to just get the car rotated with throttle and just had a small wiggle and that's why he was more inside before the contact.
What was your impression, Clyde?
To me it was a 50-50. I think Ellie May had every opportunity there just to lift and go again.
Yep.
And avoid the accident. Although I do agree, Anthony probably could have stayed wider and avoided it as well. So, yeah, racing incident for me. I think both cars could have done better.
Jeremiah is not slowing down, so...
He's not, is he? He doesn't seem to be saving anything.
Nope, not at all. He's certainly taking it to the races. Maybe that BMW's got a big fuel tank.
Well, there's 2 possibilities in there. He either he's looked at it and he's okay on fuel, so he's just going, or he knows he's got to save too much, so he's going to have to splash and dash. So you might as well just light it up and get as big a gap as you possibly can, and hope you come out a bit further up the field than you would have done.
Yep, that's.
He's in.
He's in.
Yeah,
he's
there
in.
we go. There we go.
Exactly what he was doing, putting a little headway out in front of everybody.
Hate it when Clyde's right.
Well, especially the AM guys.
Marco Lewert's in as well. Ben Tustin carried on. So has Ben been saving, or has he just got enough in there for another lap?
Another car coming in the pits too. That's also a BTS car.
Well, usually those Ferraris are busy yammering away at the top of their rev range, aren't they? So you think they'd use a lot of fuel doing that.
Yeah, they should end up near Craig.
Yeah, they shouldn't they? But maybe come out in front of Craig.
Behind.
He's coming out behind
Yeah,
Ben
just
Cullen and
No, I think Jeremiah has come out in front. That's Craig there.
yeah,
Oh,
right
yeah.
behind him.
And that's Roy Viverke in the BSTV Ferrari. Ooh. Jeremiah backed right out of that.
He did. I'm not sure why. He won't have taken any tyres, will he? So
Well, to be fair, he's not racing Craig, is he? Craig's
No.
a pro. Jeremiah is an am.
He's still losing points on Ben. Because,
Yeah.
you know?
and Kevin DeWinter's ahead of him too. And OLI, who's OLI? Oliver? No.
Yeah, it's Ryan Oliver.
Marco Loertz with Adam Wright passing him.
So there's about a second between Watson, Shaw, and then another second back to Al Amri. So that is, I think, going to be the battle all the way to the end.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Ben Tusting's going to manage here.
Well, he's going round again.
We've got how much time left? 4 minutes?
Yeah.
2 laps. I
Two
think
laps.
he dropped another second on the lap time, so he knows he has a lot of gap behind and he can save like a
Yeah.
lot.
He's got nearly 10 seconds, so...
Yeah, Ben Cullen and Kevin De Winter has had a really good races, plus 16 and plus 18.
Yeah. Kevin DeWinter's a dark horse.
And Ryan Oliver sat right behind them, and Larry DeLonge have also picked up massive amounts of positions, but none as much as Roy Ververke. If my screen's correct, that is. Have you got him picking up 29 positions?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I think he didn't qualify.
Well, looking at those numbers, he doesn't need to.
Back of the pack challenge.
Yep.
Back in 30 seconds, guys.
Ben Tusting's lost over 2 seconds on this lap already. Who was that piling in? That was Larry DeLonge. So he's obviously not been able to make it to the end on his single pit stop. And he's dropping down the order quite significantly now.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Somewhere behind Andy Maxwell. Or he's out already.
That's very door to door. That was contact.
I guess.
Jarrett Lee taking the shortcut, which will get him probably the slowdown of the century. Oh dear. An apology on the chat.
Nice rejoin.
Not really.
I don't know who's in that green and silver Ferrari, but he's been whacked 2 or 3 times without actually being his fault. Unreal.
And not back.
I think it was.
Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, hang on.
He's in.
Oh, he's not been able to manage it.
It could have been just saving, because in 10 seconds the race is over.
Depends what he's got in the tank, though, doesn't it? He might be on vapors. He's going to drop a long way.
Yeah,
Sure is.
going to give the win to Adam Watson.
Yeah, but there's one more lap then, because when Benjamin crosses the line into the pit lane before the times end, so that's one more lap. If you
So
just
what's
took
going to
the
happen
chicane,
now?
I think the win will gonna go to Adam Watson now.
Yeah, I think Ben should have just drove really slowly on the last lap and basically get the flag on.
Yeah, I think he should have done that. Yeah, could have made it like that. Would have been first, or maybe finish in the top 5. I think.
He's come out in 9th.
Wow.
And just ahead of his long-time nemesis in this race, Jeremiah McClintock.
So they meet again.
Yeah.
There is still a battle for the podium going on.
Yep. Chris Shaw. Very, very close to Abdul Al-Amri at the moment. Nicholas Pacheco is also getting chased down very much by Ben Cullen at the moment. Thanks to PVG for correcting my pronunciation of Larry's surname.
Are you saying we've done it again, slaughtered somebody's name?
Yeah.
So Adam Watson is about to take the win.
There we go, some flashing lights. Congratulations to Adam. Oh, look at this.
Ooh. So Chris Shaw comes home 2nd in Pro, Abdul Al-Amri 3rd in Pro. Ben Cullen takes the AM win.
Well done, Ben.
With Kevin De Winter 2nd and Ryan Oliver in 3rd.
Well done, guys.
Cars still battling till the end.
Certainly are.
Yeah, we hope so too as well, Pete. Well, guys, that certainly lived up to expectations.
It did. Sometimes for the wrong expectations, but it was a very exciting race nonetheless. Some questionable moves by a few people, and some strange tactics of not getting out of the way, or rather putting your car in the wrong place. But the excitement at the top end of the field and the effect of the safety car was absolutely phenomenal this race. It left us guessing whether people had fuel in the tank at the end. The tyres were critical for certain people, enabling them to get through the field. The lead and the win was up for grabs pretty much right up until the last 2 laps. I mean, that's an impressive race and an exciting race, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you're saying about driving standards, but if we're expecting a 40-car grid to be clean for 90 minutes, we're fooling ourselves. You're always going to have those small incidents. So let's not be too hard on people. Yes, there was some daft moves, but there's a lot of cars on the track, so these things do happen.
I agree with you, and we've seen other leagues. They take a couple of races to get leveled off and understand who you can race against, who you want to avoid or give a bit more room to, etc. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
The starts, both starts, they were clean. About the driving standards, maybe having a similar respect to the others in during the race and on the same as in the starts. Like the starts were clean and good. So
yeah, the starts did impress me actually. There's a lot of cars piling into that first corner, and other than a few on their own incidents, solo ventures, there was nothing I would say was even slightly bad. They were very, very clean starts this time.
Yeah. Okay. So let's run through your official finishing order. So Adam Watson takes home the win for Paceworks Esports Black. Chris Shaw second for Ascari Autosport, and Abdullah Amri in third for Asymmetric. Nicholas Pacheco comes home fourth. Ben Cullen fifth with the AM win. Kevin De Winter sixth. Martin Versluven in seventh. Ryan Oliver eighth. Ben Tusting in ninth. Jeremiah McClintock in 10th. Roy Viverke in 11th. Adam Wright in 12th. Sammy Bytorp 13th. Craig Cameron 14th. Robert Schoenlieber 15th. Jacob Lebrun 16th. Edward May 17th. Marco Lewert 18th. I shall carry on. So Marcus Collector 19th. Barry Van, that's better, isn't it? So Barry Van Engelenhoven comes home in 20th. Andy Maxwell 21st. Stefan Goebel 22nd. Paul Robinson 23rd. Frank Tiboch 24th. Luka Legsovic in 25th. Jarrett Lee 26th. Charles Kellyman 27th. Larry DeLang in 28th. James Underhill 29th. One lap down, we had Carl Hardy in 30th. Anthony Jacobson in 31st. Martin Sampson in 32nd. Roger Morton 33rd. And Simon Chester 34th. Alan Toon was 35th, 3 laps down. Kip Stevens 36th, 4 laps down. And then not finishing was Tice Simons 11 laps down. John Redwine 13 laps down. Jamie Wilson, we see in that big accident, 14 laps down. Rob Blackmore 23 laps down. David Ayres 24 laps down. David Heavey 25 laps down, and last but not least in 43rd, Pete Van Gool 39 laps down. Okay, guys, well, we've got people queuing up for our interviews. So, Pete, let's bring in your race winner first, Adam Watson.
Yeah, funny that you were quick into the interview booth. Why is that then?
I don't know. Maybe it's a decent result, I suppose.
Decent result. You finished first. It's the best result you can hope for. You were pretty much at the front of that race for the entire race. Fighting with a handful of different racers. Chris Shaw was up there with you. And it was pretty frantic, wasn't it, for most of it for you?
Yeah, the race was just constant. Well, up until the safety car, I kept getting the slowdown through Chapel, which kept annoying me because you would be up there and then it would drop down. But yeah, once the safety car happened, it just bunched everyone back up, and then from then on, from the safety car to the finish, it was just hectic. Chris and is it AAA?
Yep.
It was all
AAA.
just. There was no rest. I couldn't not just give them like 5 seconds just to just breathe because they were just on me straight away.
And were you getting a bit worried at the end that Jeremiah or Benjamin were actually going to have the fuel to get to the end?
Well, when obviously me, AAA, and T spitted, we was like, if they've gone on, they've got to be pitting later on. There's no way you can make it to the end because when we come out of the pits, I used race labs. And that was saying I only had 2 liters left. Once we started racing, I was like, "There's no way they're gonna make it." And then when Ben got towards the last lap, I was like, "He's got to pit." So then just hoping he would pit.
Right, so you were relying on the hope for the victory rather than the knowledge of what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the team did really well today, didn't it? Paceworks, you got some good results out of that.
Yeah, the team did really good. Obviously, Teese and Rob and David Heavey, they had some bad races. Obviously, I think they were DNFs, and but yeah, me, Jarrett, Sammy, all had good results, and yeah, just bring the points home.
Any standout moments for you? Any memorable overtakes or avoids?
Probably down the Hangar Straight when there was a car flying.
Oh,
At some
was
point.
unreal, wasn't it? We watched the replay and watch the bit with Jamie Wilson's car. I mean, so unfortunate. And where it started was even more unfortunate than that, really. So, yeah, that was drama that we could necessarily do without, I think. But
Just cut in there. Was that you that took to the grass on the left, Adam, with that flying car?
No, I went under it.
Oh, right, okay. Because there was we see a blue car in front of Jamie Wilson, and at the last minute they jinked left, and then obviously there was a BMW house parked in the middle of the track that Jamie just went straight into.
No, yeah, me and Ty Simons were a bit further back. He went, stay right. I went left and went, oh, there's a car here, turn right.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch, if nothing else. So, anybody you'd like to thank with your race victory under your belt?
Probably everyone from Pacework Esports. Guys have done a really good job, just getting the cars right and working as a team really well. The sponsors as well of Pacework Esports, iPitting, and all the ones that are with us. It's pretty good to bring the win home for them.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Adam Watson. We hope you get the very best for the next few races as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Abdul Al-Amri, AAA as we know him, because he's avoided interviews for as long as as long as he's been racing in our leagues. And now we've got him 2 on the trot. So AAA, welcome to the booth again.
Hi, Clyde. I'm getting used to this.
See, it's not as bad as you think, is it?
No, it's not. It's great.
You must be over the moon with that 3rd place.
I am just, it's just amazing. The stress throughout that race was incredible. To finish P3 is just amazing.
Yeah, so, we saw you in a lot of battles, especially towards the end there with Chris and Adam. You 3 were swapping places all the time. We was second guessing whether the guys in front of you needed to pit or not, and sort of saying that you guys needed to work together rather than battle each other so that you could catch them up. But in the end, it all ended well, and you could have finished, in either of those top 3 places.
Yeah, there was an incident on lap 34 where I got the position from Chris, so I would have finished P2, but I was hesitant to cover that line. So I'm P3 because of that mistake, but still, I'm happy with it. The race was really tough, right? Yeah, but the strategy worked thanks to my team, Stuart and Tom, to work it out. I managed to put in some good lap times, consistent lap times, and yeah, what can I say? It was amazing. Congrats to Adam as well and Chris for the 2 steps above me.
Yes. And next time out, we're at Road America. Is that a track that you like?
I love that track.
Okay, so maybe we'll see you on the top step of the podium.
I hope.
Okay, mate. Well, thanks for joining us. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
No, thanks a lot, Clyde. As usual, my team, Stuart, Tom, for the support. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So thank you guys, and also to you guys for just doing what you're doing. It's awesome. I'll just tell you that. It's great.
Excellent. Well, we're glad you enjoyed it, and we're always grateful when you show up in the booth. So, 3rd place overall and 3rd place in Pro AAA, Abdul Al Amri.
Yeah.
Okay, Pete. So I'm going to give you a treat next. I'm going to bring in the one and only Jamie Wilson, so you can talk about that crash.
So, Jamie, from one expert to another, now that you are an expert on crashing, you got lots and lots of time to see that BMW, didn't you?
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I just look like Mr. Magoo when you watch it back. In my defence, I did have a car on my right at the time that I was looking at.
Right, okay.
If you have a look at, I save out all the onboard stuff, so I'm going to look back at it. But you can see my head's looking to the right, and I look centre, and suddenly car.
Well, even from your onboard, we played it 3 or 4 times because it was the
amusing,
impact
I'm
was
sure.
gigantic. But the 2 cars in front of you, one went left, one went right, and then there was a giant yellow car sat in the middle of the track, and you could even see your thought process of, I want to go this way. Oh, nothing's working.
But the initial thought process was, I'm not looking at that yet. So there's a bit of a delay as I sort of recognise. I should have seen it earlier. It's bright yellow, for God's sake.
Other than Polax in a BMW on Hanger Straight, how was the rest of your race?
Peaks and troughs. I didn't have a huge amount of practice going into this one. Ben's been doing most of the sort of setup stuff on it, so just not a great combo for me. This, but I had some good racing in there. I had a good race with Ben Cullen for a bit. Driving standards are, what's the word I'm looking for? Is this a family stream? Shonky.
Debatable.
Yeah. I got barged off a few times. Someone put what I call a Rosberg move on me, which is to basically pass you and then keep going until you have no other option than to go off the track or be hit, and either way you lose. But I think the biggest issue, actually, in all seriousness, was the pacing. I don't know what people are doing, whether they're bored and just thinking, oh, throttle brakes, that's fun, nice workout or something, because it was just absolutely diabolical. I'm surprised there wasn't, I haven't seen further back or further forward, but the biggest crash I would have thought would have been under the pace car.
Well, maybe you can pass the comments on to those that you observed with those strange and wonderful techniques during pacing.
What's the maximum number of people you can tag on Discord?
All of them.
At everyone.
Yeah, at everybody. So what we saw was lots of competitive racing. You were dicing out with quite a number of different cars, but all towards the pointy end of the field. It must have been an exciting race for you up until the point where you were removed from the race.
Yeah, it's good fun. Elbows out kind of stuff all the time. It's always good fun. There's a different sort of level of how you can take that seriously. There's a lot of handbags going on over voice chat and stuff, but it's just at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, it's all right, isn't it? And I did, so that's good. Maybe not so much true for Ben. He's a bit angry at his own fuel management.
Did he get caught out then? Did he?
Yeah,
he got caught because he was still absolutely nailing it and doing really good laps right until the very last lap.
Yeah, we were basically having a bad pit stop meeting the whole time when the safety car came out to decide, do we pit, do we not? We haven't really thought about this properly, to be, beforehand, to be honest. and while we were, having a chat about it, he went past the pit entry and sort of went there. Nah, I won't, because we didn't think we can get enough fuel in the car at the time.
Right. Okay.
And as it turned out, bad choice.
Would you have been in the same situation?
Well, yeah, we kind of figured it out between him pitting and me pitting. So I then did pit. And then at the end of the race, we were just, to be honest, we were looking at a bit of a skewed number and working it out on a false basis a little bit. So it sort of became evident about 2 laps before the end of that. No, it's not going to work. And he's, as you can imagine, extremely delighted about this fact.
Yeah, that's going to go down like a bucket of cold sick, isn't it?
Yeah,
anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Ben, because he just owned the setup stuff on this. Didn't really suit me around here. Not his setup, but just the combo. So there's only so much I could do with it, really. But he obviously made it work. So it must have been some sound logic in it. And you guys, as usual, for putting it all together and putting a good show on. Looking forward to watching it back.
Oh, thanks for that. And hopefully better fortunes next time for you. Thank you very much, Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, so next we will get in. I was going to say surprise winner in the AM category, but I don't think it is a surprise because we've seen Ben improve in the V8 League. We've seen him have good races in the GT4 TCR League. And now he's coming up trumps in this league. So, Ben Cullen, congratulations and welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much.
And wow, he's not in the toilet tonight. So, Ben,
great.
Talk us through that. How did you win?
By surprise. I didn't realise I was P1 in the AM class until the final lap.
Okay, but before that, you had a fairly steady race. We see you in battles with other people. It's strange sometimes we can't pick you out because you're in that Northern Lights racing team in this series. So your livery is different to normal, but you was giving it to some of the pro guys, and then I suppose you pitted under the safety car and thought, whoa, hang on, I can make it to the end here, and other people in front of you can't.
Yeah, so I came in for my normal pit stop just before the safety car, because I was running out of fuel, and then quick bit of maths and realised that people are going to have to pit again. There's no way we can run without stopping. So if I can top up the fuel in the safety car period, then I can run to the end clean. And because we're under the safety car, I took tyres at that point as well to see if I could gain an advantage. And to my surprise, a lot of the boys in front of me didn't do that. So then they were going to have to pit in a green flag situation, which if I can stay close enough, I can gain some free spots. I didn't expect to gain that many.
No, your tactics were sound, mate. I think the only thing that possibly could have panicked you, I don't know if you was looking in your mirrors or at your relative towards the end, is that Dark Horse Winter is coming. He was your closest rival in the end.
Yeah, he was gaining, but I was in that battle with Nicholas. So if I'd have maybe got past him, then it would have been all right. As I said, I didn't realise at that point that I was first in the amateur class. Otherwise, I might have just taken it a little bit easier rather than trying to beat him for fourth.
Yeah, or gone into panic mode and crashed it.
Ye have little faith.
Well, sometimes it's not that I've ever been in the lead of many races, but I am one of those people that if I'm in a good position, I turn the relative off, because if I start looking at it, I start panicking. So sometimes it's best not to know where you are. But overall, mate, like I say, an absolutely fantastic drive and a fantastic first win in the AM Championship. So before we let you go, anybody you would like to thank?
Thank you to you guys as always for putting this on. It's always good. I didn't have it on today, so I'll have to rewatch it back. Thank you to the Northern Lights guys for everything they've done and the help they've done, and everybody else that raced. It was a fairly clean race from my perspective. There was obviously a lot of people that are competitive, so it looks good going forwards.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we will see you next week in some different championships, and then in a fortnight's time in this. So again, congratulations on your AM win, and 5th overall, Ben Cullen.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Pete, we've got one last interview for you, and that is our 8th overall and 3rd place in AM, and that is Ryan Oliver.
Good evening, Ryan. How are you doing?
Good evening, guys. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. You got a good points haul out of that one. As Clyde just said, 8th overall, 21 positions you made up over the course of the race, and have finished 3rd and bagged yourself a huge amount of points in the AM class. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, it didn't really start off very well, to be honest with you. Obviously, kind of a bit of a mare in qualifying. I think I just didn't really have the pace this week, and had a bad week last week as well for getting caught up in incidents at Daytona. So Daytona was kind of already a write-off, and that was the drop week. Kind of forgetting about that. Wanted to show up and do some work today. Qualified P29, so obviously thinking, great, big points all coming up. This is looking good. Yeah, obviously a bit of a disaster, but yeah, I just was plodding along, making a few positions early on. Yellow came out, decided, screw it, I'm gonna take fuel, tires, and kind of pray, and that's what I did. And
whoever you were praying to, they answered you.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to the line. I crossed the line on point 2. But
right.
Yeah, the tactic really was take fuel, take tires, and drive the car like a bat out of hell. I think I got out of the box P35 on the green flag lap.
Is that,
So
do we class that as luck or brilliance, Clyde? I don't know.
I'm going to go for brilliance.
All right, again.
Yeah, it was a bit clutch. I mean, we did some quick math like between the team. I think huge shout out to Ed as well for being a big help here. He's definitely the pace of the Fury team. Didn't work out for him obviously today, but no, we did some quick math and we decided screw it, we'll go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I'm already like P25 I think when we boxed, so didn't really have much to lose, and it paid off nicely. I think yeah, there was a bit of trouble up ahead. I think a couple more laps. I think P5 was on the table. A couple of guys in front of me, I was catching them about a second and a half a lap. So shame we didn't have a bit more time.
Yeah, and obviously the person leading your class for quite a long time, Jeremiah McClintock, wishes that the race had finished a lot earlier, about 2 or 3 laps earlier. So fuel came into it today, and you've already said that Ed sorted out your fuel strategy, or discussed with him the fuel strategy in order to make it work. Did the safety car throw any of it out the window, or were you still on plan for it after that?
Well, there was no real plan, to be honest with you, before the safety car. Safety car came out, and it was just, I think it came out in the window of, but we basically said the minute the safety car came out, this is going to cause absolute shenanigans. Because that safety car came at such a pivotal point in the race that if you had just boxed and got an extra lap, you could potentially make it work. And I think, I haven't looked at the broadcast yet, but I think there's only actually 4 cars that actually could do that, who stopped right on the brink of running out of fuel on their first stint. So I think you couldn't have timed a better safety car if you wanted to throw a wrench into the race, to be honest with you. So we just did it under yellow. I think, the beauty of it is that it takes a little while for people to form up, so you get a bit of time to kind of settle down and think, okay, what are we going to do here? What's the strategy going to be? So no
fuel saving required on your part then? It was
no, I was driving the car to its absolute limit the entire time. So
well, you did that very well. You've finished where we said you finished, 8th place overall. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, a huge shout out, of course, to the folks at Fury Simsport and Paddock Promotions. They did a huge job with getting us all set up and whatnot for the race, as well as Ed, obviously, for being my teammate in this. It's it's been good fun. Obviously, you guys as well for broadcasting all the coverage. I'll have to give it a watch back and watch how everything unfolded.
I hope you do, and I hope you enjoy it, just like all the others that were watching throughout the race. 8th place and 3rd in AM, Ryan Oliver.
Okay, guys, so that's the interviews over. where do you start with this? As I said before, I know we've spoken about driving standards. Personally, I think I watch a lot of streams, and yes, there's some niggly things, but on the whole, I think it could be a lot worse, and I've seen a lot worse. That race to me was better than the Daytona race in the fact that we just had absolutely no idea what was going on until the end. Can they make it? Can't they make it? People on the chat were saying no. We was umming and ahhing, and then Ben going as late as he could, and then could he have just taken the chicane and rolled over the line and won? We will never know. But I thoroughly enjoyed that race. I thought it had a bit of everything. Yes, we need to tidy a few things up. The drivers need to tidy a few things up, and I expect that the stewards are going to be quite busy early next week. But I thought that was thoroughly enjoyable. What about you, Pete?
I thought that was fantastically exciting. It's very rare you get a race where you get such a big surprise right at the end from both classes, as both class leaders decide, I can't make it. Well, I've got this wrong. I've got to box the car and splash and dash, and down they plummet. So in that respect, brilliant. There was some awesome overtaking tonight, some great moves. My comments about the driving standards earlier were not about it all being terrible by any means, but certain individuals need to cool their jets, and if they do end up making an arse of it, for want of a better term, then don't make it worse than it already is, I think is the term I'd use. But it's a small population of people. It's just a few in there that need to sort themselves out. But for the rest of them, great racing. Some real standout performances. Benjamin Tusting, Jeremiah McClintock, if they'd had, I don't know, a thimble full of fuel left in the tank, it would have been a completely different story. The safety car, as Ryan just said, came out, we didn't realise it at the time, at such a pivotal role for the decision making, or maybe Marco figured it out, because I think you said something at that point, Marco. I'm sure you'll pipe up towards the end of this. I thought the whole thing was a brilliant race, and shouldn't be marred by a few people with some driving problems.
No, definitely. Bill, what's your race review from Silverstone?
It was absolutely excellent. It was an amazing race with so many variables, and the safety car worked out just perfectly to make that scenario. All of us sitting here going, what the heck's going to happen? What do you think? I mean, none of us really knew, and that really is what it's all about. As far as driving standards, yeah, there was a couple cheeky moves, I guess you might say, but you got 40 guys out there for 90 minutes beating each other up. You're at wit's end. You get a little emotional at times, and like Pete said, if that happens, you got to learn to back down. That's just the way it is. We're going to have contact. I don't. Is it going to ever be a sterile race? No way. But I think it was pretty darn good. I think the crew we got is excellent. I certainly, for the 2 hours I've been here, I haven't been bored. So I have to tell you, I hope it keeps doing what it's doing. Don't fix what ain't broke, guys. You're doing a great job. Let's just clean it up just a little bit. Use your head a little bit, and I think we'll all be fine. So looking forward to Road America, one of my favorite tracks in the world. So looking forward to that.
Okay, so Marco, from a tactical side of things, it all looked fairly simple from the start, and then the safety car comes out, and some pit, some don't, some take tyres, some don't, and that really threw a spanner in the works, and really got people guessing, and some people guessed right, and some people guessed wrong.
Yeah, it was a really interesting race overall. and there was actually one guy who didn't pit on the safety car and finished the race. It was Martin Versluwen. He pitted lap 19 and finished the race after that. So yeah, I think it was that one lap that cost the win from Ben, and But the tactical side of the race, it was really interesting to see like who took tires, who didn't, and how it affected. So yeah, really interesting.
Excellent. And Sam, we say this every time.
Were you busy?
Not at all. Busy is not the word.
We didn't realise you was here, Sam, because we didn't see a lot going on.
Yeah, true. I was not busy, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah. Good night.
So, seriously, Sam, from your point of view, I think this series more than most keeps you on your toes. There's always a lot of action going on, and it is hard. It can be hard to spot everything. But I personally think you do a good job in spotting what you do. So, keep up the good work, and you can only get better.
Yeah, true. Try to catch everything, but that's just not possible. We just do 3 or 4 times the race, and I will still miss a few things. Yeah, there's 40 cars out there, so yeah, just trying my best to put on the closest battles. Sometimes it's the leader, sometimes it's further back the field. But yeah, overall it was a good race. Can expect a bit more driving standards, but yeah, 40 people, GT racing was not that bad.
Yeah, it is GT NASCAR, isn't it? So, right. So what I'm going to do now, before we close, is I'm going to put the guys on the spot and ask them for their driver of the race. And I'm going to start with Pete, as he's at the top of the Discord pile. So, Pete, who's your nomination for driver of the race?
There's a few. I saw some really class moves by. I know. Saw some really class moves by Adam Watson and Chris Shaw. Jeremiah McClintock was right up there for me as well for just getting to the front in such fashion that he made everybody else look bad. I'm going to go with Jeremiah McClintock.
Excellent. Bill, your driver of the race?
Ben Cullen. He silently battled along all day long, got his strategy right, and when the guys that were going fast blinked, he was right there. And, it was really funny. I was going to ask him when you were interviewing him. I was wondering why he was battling so hard with the guy when he was, a couple laps away from winning. And it was a pro guy who was trying to get by. And then when he said he didn't know he was in the lead, I kind of chuckled to myself. I said, yeah, no kidding. But anyway, Ben Cullen did an excellent job.
Okay. Marco, your driver of the race.
I have to say Kevin Winter. He also did a pit stop before the safety car and finished the race, and plus 20, no big mistakes, anything. Really good, strong result.
And Sam, your driver of the race?
I'm gonna go with Ben Cullen. Yeah, hesitating with Jeremiah McClintock, because both arguments are good. If Jeremiah had pitted, he would have been first, I think, and Ben would have been behind him. But yeah, Ben took the correct decision, pit 2 times behind safety car, finished first, so in amateur. So yeah, that's my choice.
Okay, and I'm going to go for AAA. Because you can see from his onboard, and now we're managing to get him in the booth. You can hear from what he's saying how somebody can be so stressed yet so happy and have so much fun in a race. I think is absolutely fantastic, and also getting up there and finishing third overall, third in the pro class. I thought that was a very classy drive from Abdul. So that put the guys on the spot. They didn't know that was coming. What have we got coming up for you this week? So let me see if I can get this right. On Wednesday, we have the BSTV GT4 TCR series, round 2, I think. 3, I don't know. I don't even know what day it is. Might be round 2, from Mid-Ohio. And then we're back at Mid-Ohio, I believe, on Friday for the European Strength of Field race in the official iRacing Supercar Series. And then on Saturday, we stay with the V8s, and we are at our Racetech V8 ESC special race, which is the Bathurst 300. So 300 miles of Bathurst, 75 laps. It's probably going to be a 2.5-hour race, single drivers in the cars, walls everywhere, kangaroos, mountains, you name it. Bathurst has got the lot. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So make sure you give the stream a like. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. That way you'll never miss one of our races. Don't forget the merch store. There's things in there that you can spend your hard-earned pennies on. Thanks to everybody that has raced tonight and also everybody in the chat. It's always enjoyable chatting to you guys. And thanks to Pete, Bill, Marco, and Sam. For joining me in the booth and putting this production on and putting something out for everybody to watch on a Sunday evening after their full and fat of Sunday dinner. So, without further ado, I shall say good night. Let the guys say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast. So, good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it all. It was certainly very entertaining. And we'll see you next time round.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, the drivers, the chatters, the subscribers, and, of course, my colleagues here. It's always a great time to get together, and this race didn't disappoint me either. So have a good evening, everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye then, Marco. I'm just gonna put the Twitch highlight from Jimmy Wilson from the crash he had, and that finishes the race. So
excellent. Well, that ends our broadcast for tonight. Join us again on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.